Throughout history, the world of engineering and design has seen countless innovations, but sometimes, the most transformative discoveries emerge from the unexpected. Picture this: you're an engineer or a scientist working meticulously on a project. But then, something goes awry. Instead of a setback, this mistake becomes a breakthrough. From the microwave oven to the Post-it note, many engineering marvels have surprising origins. In the realm of innovation, accidents are not always what they seem. In the 1940s, Percy Spencer, a radar engineer, was busy working with magnetrons for radar sets, but he noticed something peculiar. A candy bar in his pocket had melted. This seemingly inconsequential event led to an unexpected revelation. Intrigued by this odd occurrence, Percy decided to investigate. He placed popcorn kernels near the radar set, and to his astonishment, they started popping. The heat generated by the magnetrons had caused both the candy and the popcorn to react. It was a moment of serendipity, a happy accident that sparked an innovation which would transform our kitchens. Spencer's curiosity led him to experiment with popcorn kernels, leading to the birth of the first microwave oven. In 1968, Spencer Silver aimed to create a super-strong adhesive. Instead, he stumbled upon a weak, repositionable one. It didn't hold things together permanently, but it did have a unique quality of being able to stick and unstick without leaving any residue. At first, it seemed like a failure. What good is an adhesive if it's not strong enough? But Silver didn't discard his failure. He pondered on its potential uses. Fast forward to a few years later, Silver's colleague, Art Fry, was struggling to keep his bookmarks in place during choir practice. He remembered Silver's weak adhesive, and voila, the problem was solved. That accident turned into the Post-it note, revolutionizing office supplies. Dr. Roy Plunkett was aiming to make a new refrigerant. To his surprise, he discovered a waxy substance instead. It was 1938, and Plunkett was working with tetrafluoroethylene, a colorless gas. He had stored it in small pressurized cylinders when he noticed that the gas had vanished. Intrigued, he cut open the cylinder and found a slick, waxy residue. This material was incredibly resistant to heat, electricity, and chemical reactions. It was also unbelievably slippery. Plunkett had inadvertently stumbled upon a new polymer, polytetrafluoroethylene. Fast forward to today, we know this wonder material as Teflon. It's on your frying pans, in your pipes, even in spacesuits. This substance, polytetrafluoroethylene, became widely known as Teflon, making our pans non-stick and our lives just a bit easier. While trying to combat bacterial infections, Alexander Fleming stumbled upon mold that killed bacteria. It was a typical day in the lab in 1928 when Fleming noticed something unusual. A petri dish, left out unintentionally, had grown a peculiar mold. But it wasn't just the mold that piqued his interest. It was the clear halo around it. A halo where no bacteria could grow. Intrigued, he decided to delve deeper into this unexpected occurrence. After rigorous testing and research, Fleming identified the mold as Penicillium notatum, a strain that produced a bacteria-killing substance. This substance, which he named penicillin, turned out to be the world's first antibiotic. His negligence led to the discovery of penicillin, saving countless lives. After a hiking trip, George de Mestral wondered why burrs clung to his dog's fur. Under a microscope, he observed tiny hooks on the burrs. This seemingly insignificant observation piqued his curiosity. Why did the burrs stick? Could this natural mechanism be replicated? De Mestral, an electrical engineer, decided to delve deeper. What followed was a series of experiments, trials, and a fair share of skepticism from others. But his persistence paid off. He managed to recreate the natural hook-and-loop mechanism synthetically. His invention, inspired by the humble burr, was a marvel of engineering that we now know as Velcro. This inspiration gave birth to Velcro, the famed hook-and-loop fastener. When a lab flask was accidentally knocked over and didn't shatter, scientist Edouard Benedictus took note. Now, you might think a flask not breaking isn't that big of a deal, but in the world of science, even the smallest peculiarities can spark a revolution. You see, this wasn't your average glass flask. It was a flask lined with a plastic cellulose, a seemingly trivial detail that would change the face of safety as we know it. Instead of shattering into dangerous shards, the glass merely cracked, held together by the plastic layer. Intrigued by this unexpected resilience, Benedictus dove headfirst into research. This accidental discovery, coupled with his ingenuity and perseverance, paved the way for what we now know as safety glass. From accidents to curiosities, the world of engineering has been shaped by the unexpected. As we've journeyed from the microwave oven to Velcro, we've seen how chance discoveries and serendipitous accidents have sparked groundbreaking innovations. These stories are a testament to the power of human curiosity and the courage to venture into the unknown. So remember, sometimes the path to innovation isn't a straight line, but with a bit of curiosity and a willingness to take risks, the possibilities are endless.